Well, hello everybody.
Hello everyone.
I'm Valerie.
And this is Sheila.
And we are
Today's Litches.
And
That is
Lady
Bitches.
Lady Bitches. So, that being said, this is our hot topic or our talk show, Sandwich Generation. And that is a generational perspective of
our parents above us and children and grandchildren below.
Absolutely. So, welcome everybody, and we'd like to get started with new news. New news. So, we will be featuring in the top corner up here. We will be featuring, it'll be a petition and an Indigenous First Nations. Their First Nation, their nation is the Yellowknives Dene. And we would like you to have a listen to what she has to say. And hopefully afterwards you'll feel inclined to follow the link. We'll provide it to sign up for the Canadian, and this is Canada only, sorry.
Yes.
And so we should give you a little bit of history.
Yeah.
Right? Before we show her video. We'll give her a little bit of history and state that there are mines.
That's right.
That are storing what we call arsenic trioxide.
Right.
There is 200, I have it written, 37,000 tons. And they're stored in these mines that are only kilometers away from their nation. This has been going on for decades. There is enough arsenic trioxide to kill the entire planet a few times over. This is something that most of us are not aware of. Mm-hmm. Are you aware?
I wasn't.
No, neither was I, because the government has gone to great lengths to keep it from us.
Yeah.
So they're asking to sign a petition because I guess they're about to break ground for some sort of remediation. And I think there's a lot of concern for any mishaps or anything that may happen during remediation. And so we ask you to look into this petition.
Absolutely.
Listen to what this lovely lady has to say, and if you're so inclined, do your part. Go on, sign the petition, and
Absolutely.
If we can get enough people, maybe the government will look at maybe safer ways of extracting
it or removing it
or what have you. Anyway, so we wanted to bring that to everybody's attention. Absolutely. And we'll let the video show, and you can watch her up here in the right hand corner.
If you're Canadian and this is on your For You page, I am begging you to listen. Mere kilometers away from my First Nations community is an abandoned mine site that stores over 237,000 tons of arsenic trioxide. That is a global humanitarian issue. Not only has it been poisoning my people, the Yellowknives Dene, for decades, that is enough to kill the entire Earth's population several times over. Drilling is set to start as part of the remediation plan this week, but a disaster would be catastrophic. The Yellowknives Dene are currently petitioning the Canadian House of Commons to hold the government responsible in creating this toxic legacy and to involve local Indigenous in restoring our lands. If you're Canadian and you're wondering why you've never heard about this, know that it isn't a coincidence. The government has hidden this shame for decades at the cost of Indigenous lives. No more. Please interact with this video to help spread awareness about Canada poisoning my nation. I want every single Canadian to sign the petition linked in my bio. And if you're not Canadian and you want to help out, please leave a comment about like hockey or anything Canadian to help bring this to every For You page in this country. Messy show. Thank you.
Now look at this. The dust will be just as deadly in 10,000, 100,000 or a million years.
We got shafted. They got the gold.
Well, that should about wrap it up. And so now it's time for us for what? Hot topics. So our hot topic is cryptocurrency. So this was kind of interesting to us because we've been approached a couple of times.
It's been brought up to us a few times in conversations.
We're in our 50s.
Yeah.
We knew, right. Little to nothing about cryptocurrency. I think we can all admit that we have heard of what we call Bitcoin.
Right.
Which is the first type of cryptocurrency it still exists today. And so one of these subjects we really wanted to get into because it is really interesting.
It is.
And it is more of a hot topic than we ever anticipated.
Right.
Because this essentially has the ability to cut out the banking industry
Right.
altogether.
Right.
No middlemen.
How?
Ever. Well, see, that's the it's not a secret. It's well known how it's done now. So I had to watch a couple of documentaries and that to get an idea of how this, and we'll start with Bitcoin first. Okay. Because first and foremost, there is his Satoshi Nakamoto.
Yes.
Okay. Is the originator of what the first cryptocurrency,
Right.
the first Bitcoin. Okay. So, and this was in 2009. So,
It's really not that old.
It's not that old, but in comparison, technology wise, it's 12 years old.
The technology's old now.
Yeah, the technology's old. So as I was looking into cryptocurrency and Bitcoin, all of these technological terms came up and I needed a better understanding of how it all worked.
Right.
Okay, so there is more than one form of cryptocurrency, and another form of cryptocurrency is, they refer to it as Ether, and I believe is Ethereum.
Ethereum.
Right. And now, I do not know, he has a Russian name. It's Batalak Buterin. Right, is
But yet he is a Canadian.
He's so because his parents were from Russia.
Right.
However,
and he was raised here.
In Canada. Extremely intelligent. So he developed a cryptocurrency, the Ethereum, or referred to as Ether. Right. Now, the best way for me to explain it so an average Joe can probably understand it is, if you understand what a, I'd say, safety deposit box is.
Right.
You know what that is.
Yes.
Right. So you have a safety deposit box and there is only one key.
Oh, okay.
Ever. The bank doesn't hold a key. Nobody else holds the key. Only you hold a key to get into your box. But what you need to understand, that within the system, right, there's a whole block.
Right.
And I'm just throwing terms out there there could be 500,000
in a block.
Individual. Right. Well, individual safe deposit boxes.
Right.
Individual boxes. We'll call them boxes.
Oh, in that box.
In the block. In that
okay.
whole block. And then
almost like a mailbox thing. Where it's like a box.
Well, it's a box, and within that box, there's
more
like
boxes.
50 million, whatever, little tiny, well, not tiny, but individual, what we call, I would refer to, is a key to your box. Right? Okay. And only one person holds that key.
Okay.
And that is you. So the issue here has become now with cryptocurrency, and originated as the intent was with Bitcoin, is for online purchasing and selling, right? Cutting out the middle guys.
Right.
No more 3% if somebody pays by credit card.
Right.
You are charged in. As the seller, you are charged the 3%. So you're seeing that in the price of your goods.
Right.
So the reality is that it cuts out all of that. There's no more banking fees. But with that, that means that we have no more regulated banking system. And what Ethereum has done is now created not only the currency for the transactions, but has also created transactions that are how do we put it? Legal transactions.
Oh, okay.
Okay, they are absolutely
Legal and binding.
legal binding transactions. So it has the ability to do legal binding transactions,
Right.
For and just like a loan
Yes.
per se. Okay, so with that, again, who do you cut out?
Yes, the
Right.
middleman.
And now there is no regulated banking industry, which
Right.
is all regulated,
Right.
right? Under government control,
Right.
right? And I'm not saying, what I'm saying is our interest rates, everything, all of the ebb and flow
That's
of
right.
currencies is all regulated.
Right.
Now, so
But all this currency
Countries-
is kept inside a computer.
So, I happen to know that in the United States, right,
Okay.
what has happened is they have been trying to ban cryptocurrency.
Right.
It has not happened, right? Other countries at first were on board with banning it. Then they started realizing this blockchain technology. And here's the thing about this blockchain technology. Every transaction is digitally recorded
Okay.
and can never be removed.
Okay.
Okay, right. And you only have one key. That's your key. Now, the argument is, well, it creates opportunity for criminals, right? To hide and launder money, which I argue they're already doing.
Yes.
Even within our
They do it.
current
Right.
system.
Right.
They have, I've
Other
always
ways
say,
of
the
laundering
criminals
money.
are usually 5 or 6 steps ahead of us.
Yeah.
In that regard. But getting back to the issue is that, of course, like Big Pharma, like the tobacco industry, like the oil and gas industry, that holds a lot of power because
That's right.
of
Well,
money, right?
Money's a big power issue.
When the exciting news about this is that it actually puts it back, the currency back in equal hands.
Okay.
Right? So the criminals, nobody can, like, it's not a matter of hacking in and taking what's in your bank,
Right.
your box, okay?
Yeah.
They cannot do that.
That's why it's cryptocurrency.
That's right. Only the crypt holder
yes.
can do that.
The
key.
encryption.
The key, which I have seen the key, and it's like a great big huge long code digital key, right?
Yeah.
The issue is if your key is stolen, you are in trouble.
Yes.
Right. That's the only way.
Because no
money
deposit
can, or
is,
not money, cryptocurrency can be removed,
right.
or can be put in is by the key holder.
Right.
Right. So if that key holder, right. Okay.
Or if you give your key to somebody, or
what you have to understand, and this is it gets a lot deeper than this.
right.
And the big argument is it here to stay? And eventually, will this be our new form
Well,
of
we
currency?
had heard that places like Reddit already now accept Bitcoin as part of their payment.
Yeah, but you
options.
have to understand the issue with Reddit is, and it's funny because I watched a documentary last night on this and about Reddit, is one of the founding fathers of Reddit is actually involved in cryptocurrency, and one of his issues is censorship, and
Right.
now he's being censored within his own community,
Community.
right? Because of course when you have something new like this, you're going to find a lot of conspiracy theories, people.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I mean, honestly, when
this
you
is-
were first approached, what did you think?
About this?
No, about cryptocurrency in
Oh,
general.
well, I had already had enough knowledge to know that the crypto part of it meant encrypted, and that it was computer financing. It was
Right.
more or less finances that were created online.
Right.
But it still was, money. In the end, it came down to you were paying, even for cryptocurrency, you were paying with cash money. You were paying with money from like your bank account or whatever to these to cryptocurrency or whatever.
Oh, to
in
purchase
order to purchase the cryptocurrency, or in order to purchase.
Well,
the Bitcoin.
this is what you have to understand. I think there's a little bit of confusion.
Yeah.
So you hear about mining,
Right.
mining currency, or
Right.
Bitcoin mining, or coin mining. Okay, so that's processing all of those transactions.
That's right.
Right, and I mean there are like Ethereum and that have processors. It's amazing.
Yeah.
The processors that they have.
Right.
You can't count how many processors there are, and so they have.
Warehouses of them.
Right. Not only that, these are heavily encrypted. These are heavily, and the thing is,
Heavily guarded.
it's not centralized.
No.
Right?
No.
It's a decentralized form of currency, which actually, if you look at its intent, right? If you look at the cryptocurrency intent, is to take over the way we manage how we purchase, buying and selling
online. But now it's turning out to be
it's
more
turning
than
to
that.
be more than that, because it's turning to this blockchain
Well, like we said,
technology. You can get on board, okay?
Yes.
You can get on board now,
Yeah.
and you can utilize it to a country's benefit,
Right.
okay? Or you can keep putting up the stop signs for the fear of globalization, for a lot of reasons.
Well, that's what we had talked. One of the things we had said
Right.
is, the first thing that's going to come out of everyone's mouth, and I said this to you, was I think that you're going to hear a bunch of conspiracy theorists believing that this is a form of globalization, that this is a form of global monetization. So it becomes one money, becomes one global economy, becomes
What happens?
one. And all I can say is, again,
JP Morgan.
we can't get along that
Okay.
well.
What happens when you take JP Morgan, the Rothschilds?
Yeah.
When you take that out of the equation, right?
Right.
When you take that control, because that control, believe it or not, it even dictates to our governments
Well,
here.
of course
Let's
it
not be, let's be honest about it.
Well,
Okay.
money dictates to everybody, everywhere,
Right,
every
but
government.
what I'm saying is that the whole banking industry,
right.
regulated in that, our interest rates are all government controlled, everything. And the thing is, when it takes that
Right.
out of the equation, right,
Yes.
then
You're going to get kicked
you
back.
have you have a more even distribution of wealth, right?
But
Because
you're going to get a lot of pushback.
well, of course, it's no different. Do you cure Alzheimer's? Okay. Do you cure it? Do you spend all this money coming up with a cure? Or do you say, we're going to try and cure it, but we make a lot more money?
Well, I
On
won't go
meds.
there with you, because I also believe there's a lot of scientists out there trying to cure it.
No, I know that,
For
but
no
here's
other reason but to cure it.
right, but
Just
here's
like
the
polio
issue.
and those vaccines.
It's like anything else. What about the Texaco battery? It's like anything else. What happens is that, and I'm not saying that everything is thwarted, and that's the wonderful thing about this format,
Yeah.
and about the internet,
Right.
and about the freedom of speech and democracy, is that we can have these conversations. That's the whole point. What I'm saying is that is Bitcoin, and I'm saying Bitcoin, but there are other forms of crypto,
The
like
Ethereum.
silver.
Yeah.
And there's another one that they refer to as silver. It's
Yeah.
kind of like you have the gold, you have the ether, you have the and Ethereum is second to Bitcoin,
Yeah.
so that you know. And then there is like a silver as
Yeah.
well. So do you go out and do you take a bunch of money and invest in this, thinking this is going to be the future? I would say be cautiously optimistic.
I would say, if it were me, a little bit can go a long way. If you're going to dip your foot in, I would start off dipping in lightly.
Right.
You know.
Like, don't take your life savings and say,
Yeah.
hey,
this is where I'm going to make all my money.
Right, and I'm not saying that that's not going to happen.
There are going to be people, and maybe it does do that.
And maybe it will for you. Who knows? The reality is, it's like anything else. And right now, we're at that, okay, so let's just go back a little bit here. All right. Do you remember when VHS
I know, and
Beta came out?
Yeah.
And I mean, for us, that was a big thing. That because before that, never heard of being able to watch a movie in your own home, play it
over and over again.
Yeah, whenever you wanted.
Yeah.
Okay, it didn't happen. So what happened when we had two companies, right?
Yeah.
We had the Beta machine, and then we had the VHS. Well, VHS won out, just so that you know. The Beta machine died a poor, long, drawn out death, but it did die.
It did.
And the reality is,
paid like almost
$1,000 for something that in a couple of years was going to be obsolete. Yeah. So is that where we are with this whole Bitcoin? Is it I should say cryptocurrency? Right. Is it Bitcoin? Is it Ethereum? Yeah. Is it the silver? Yeah. Or is it going to be more like how we have platinum, silver, gold, right? So I guess I leave it to the individual. I hope I gave you a better understanding. I know it's still
well, it's new. It's a whole new technology.
Yes.
And like I was saying to you, this is a scary subject because we've had a lot of seniors, a lot of people that have been ripped off over the past.
Oh, God, yes.
And you have bad experiences and stuff. And then you hear about the Bitcoin and the Bitcoin fall.
Oh, and
because remember, there was a fall.
But not only that, some people are thinking that they're buying Bitcoin and they're actually buying what we call Bitcash.
Right.
And it's very difficult to differentiate. Let me just tell you, Bitcoin is extremely expensive.
Yes.
Extremely expensive.
Right.
Right? So if you're getting Bitcash for like $500, I mean, if you're paying $500, my assumption is you're buying Bitcash, right?
Right.
Check, double check. Do your homework, right? And you may want to just, you know what? I got an extra $50 this week. I'm going
to dabble a little.
I'm going to dabble a little for the next, 6 months to a year. If I have some spare cash, I'll just throw it in. And worst case scenario, I lose it. I'm not out that much money. Okay. Best case scenario, you never know. May make a few $1,000s, right?
Who knows?
Who knows? And
that's what's interesting about part of this, though. Part of this is there's still if this is as good as what I think it could, it has the opportunity to be.
Yes. Okay. It has the opportunity to revolutionize the way money transactions and we buy and sell things around the world.
And like we also said, banks are getting involved now. They international banks and that are now
going to have to if
they now have ATMs.
That's right.
I saw it at the ATMs where cryptocurrency is available, and I'm not sure if it was Ethereum or Ethereum.
They just refer to it as Ether.
And then, or if it was Bitcoin, but I just know for sure that I saw it at an ATM. So I think more and more.
Well, I'm pretty sure
it's becoming mainstream.
It is becoming more mainstream, and as it becomes more mainstream, and the benefits of it becoming more, and like I said, what happens when you have a way of doing business where the legal transaction can happen without the lawyer,
right,
without the bank,
right,
and without all of that. Where are we then? And I mean, for me, being in my 50s, this is like, right?
Yeah.
Like, boo. Yeah. So, and I don't know. We'll see where it's going to take us, because I have a funny feeling we're going to have an answer on this question in the next 10 to 15 years.
Yes.
All right.
I agree.
So, I hope.
No, we got one
No. I know. I just wasn't finished.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You come.
She thought we were on this side of the money. Is that it?
Yes. Yeah. So that's what I was going to say, but she thought I was trying to end it, but I wasn't. Okay. What I was trying to say is, I hope for whatever decision you make, that you're on the right side of things, right?
Yeah.
And I'm cautiously optimistic. I plan on maybe putting a few dollars in, see what happens.
Yeah.
And I'll let you know. How's that?
It sounds like a plan. That's what I'm thinking I'm going to do.
Okay. So
Okay. And
yeah.
maybe we'll just kind of keep up on
And
the
we'll
whole-
just kind of keep you posted on how
let
it's
you
all
know how the
going.
2 days liches are doing.
So now that we're sort of wound up on that topic,
Okay.
we have What's Up Litches.
What's up, liches?
What's Up Litches?
And
So, well, first of all, a huge thumbs up
yes.
to something that's going to sound so ridiculous. All right, so today, earlier, and because this is our video shooting day,
Right.
we also have a program, Grandkids Corner. So we were doing our shooting for all of our Grandkids Corner, and we came across, I think on TikTok and on Facebook, but whatever, this recipe that you could take. Here it is.
3 ingredients.
3 ingredients. You take a 1/4 cup of Nutella, a 1/4 cup of flour,
Okay.
and 2 eggs.
Maybe we can put that in here.
And we will. I'll throw it up. I'll throw the recipe up there for you. Okay, so you take your Nutella, right? And you take your 2 eggs, your 1/4 cup of Nutella and 2 eggs, and you beat them together. Then you take just a 1/4 cup of flour, right?
Yeah.
And you put it in and you mix it all up together. And then you take 2 mugs like this. And you put half of the mixture in here and half of the mixture in here, and you take both of the mugs, you slide them in the microwave for 2 minutes. That's it. You take them out, you let them stand for a minute, and oh my God, it is to die for. It is warm. It is
Cake.
It is pudding. It's to die for. And you know what would top it all off?
We talked about this
This-
a lot. We actually came up with a few.
A few.
Right.
One, whipped cream.
Right.
Right. The other one would be
Ice cream.
vanilla ice cream.
Or butterscotch.
Or
Okay.
yeah, on
Or-
top
and-
or on
yeah.
this warm, to
We just-
die for.
mm.
Anyway,
I'm sure
literally,
you can think of a topping once you've tried it.
literally start to finish, 5 minutes,
Max.
2 desserts, double it. You got 4 desserts. Like amazing,
Yeah.
amazing. You
Yeah.
guys have to try it.
Yeah.
And I'll throw the recipe up there for you. We did it as a joke because we didn't know if it would turn out.
Turn out?
And as we were like eating it, even after we stopped filming, we ate the whole thing.
Yes.
Right? It was
And we did.
really, really good.
Every last bite went.
Right. And so our second What's Up Litches, speaking of Grandkids Corner,
Yay.
so we've made a decision. So we do a lot of crafts. And recently, as you can see above us, we did these
We have a
little
couple
bunnies. And
we've done some rocks.
we've done some, lovely here. Oh, look,
Yeah.
Minion. We've done some pet rocks here. But
Lots of signs and things.
and so we decided what we were going to do because we have a bunch of kids that like to do the crafts. And so we decided that we're going to put together the little kits for them.
Yep.
So whatever we're making, we will let everybody know and ahead of time. And you can order the kit.
You have to be in Canada.
And you do have to be in Canada.
Sorry.
But you can order the kit for $10, and that includes shipping.
Yes.
We will ship the kit out to you
Yeah.
if you have 2 kids in the home. $20
yeah.
and actually $15 because you'll save us on shipping.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
so
right.
we could give you, if you got more than 2 kids in the same home,
We'll
we'll do it for
definitely- we'll just pay
$15.
the shipping the
Right.
ones, so.
Yeah, exactly. And then we'll send out the kits, like our bunny kits or sign kits
That's
or
right.
pet rock kits or whatever. Now the pet rocks would
We're not going to send you rocks.
we're not sending rocks. We,
We
know
might
you
send
can
you the
get
paint
those.
and the
The
eyes
paint
and the
and
things
the
you can use.
eyes and all of the extra things, the lacquer, you know, or
that kind of stuff.
we use clear nail polish, but we will send you all the materials you need to make whatever we're going to make. So we wanted to make that announcement.
Yeah.
And I'll be putting it on the website.
Oh, for sure. And you can put it, she'll be putting it on both the Grandkids
YouTube,
Corner and
Sandwich Generation, just for reference. So we were excited about that news.
Yes.
And it saves everybody a whole bunch of trying to figure out
what it is you need.
what it is you're going to need, right? We'll be able to send it out to you, and then when it comes, you can pop us on YouTube, and the children can make whatever with us.
And the cool thing is, you can do it on your time.
On your time. Whenever it's convenient for you, that's the bonus.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
All right. So I think that's pretty much it.
I hope we gave them something to chew on.
Excuse me, but I really hope we gave them something to chew on, and maybe even something you might make some money at. Who knows?
That's okay.
That is. Have a good week, everybody, and we'll see you next week.
Next week.
Bye.
Bye.